we were talking about the pesticides and fertilizers. So these are the kind of slow poison. Up to the threshold limit, it will not be affect on your body directly, but once it cross the limit, it will start affecting dangerously on your body. Is it? It will start affecting dangerously on your body. And how it is getting affected, that example I will give you. So some of the means pesticide fertilizers. What is the dangerous composition of the pesticide fertilizer? Can anybody tell me? What is the most dangerous component? Can you please? What is the most dangerous component present into the pesticide? All the elements or the ingredients present into the pesticide are the active one. They destroys, they kills, they are having a capacity to kill the organisms. Is it? And hence, if up to certain limit, it will not kill you. It will keep on killing to pest. But the dose as much increases, it will start affecting on your body. That is what I am talking about, the threshold limit. Okay. Now, in the threshold limit, what we can say, pesticides, one more story with the threshold limit, that is the, have you heard about the Napoleon Bonaparte death? Have you heard about the death of Napoleon Bonaparte? Do you know Napoleon Bonaparte? Do you know Napoleon Bonaparte? Keep on sharing your things with me. Okay, one more important announcement I forgot on. Tomorrow I have kept a very prestigious talk on the solid waste management itself from the industry people. So everybody must remain present. Okay. Huh. Who was the Napoleon Bonaparte? He was the French leader in the military as well as in the political. Is it? Do you know? He was the great person, Napoleon Bonaparte. And there was a difficult, someone has answered me, let me see. And I feel very happy when I saw the chart. Okay, Pragati said no, ma'am. Okay, Napoleon Bonaparte was the French military. He was a French, and he was the leader in the French for the military as well as for the political, as a political leader. And it was quite difficult to control him to the other people or to the other party of the same country also. That's why they were jealous. Many people were there trying to control, trying to stop him from his development. Is it? He was keep on moving like anything. Is it? Wherever normal people's thought process ends up, from that spot, his thought process starts up. So that much great Napoleon Bonaparte was there. If time permits and you like, you can read sometimes about the Napoleon Bonaparte, how the ambitious one person can be. You can learn about from him, his story. Okay, Napoleon Bonaparte, what happened, as I told you, it was very difficult to control him. It was very difficult to stop him to the other political members and leaders. So they decided to control him with very consciously, and they have taken a decision. And accordingly, that Napoleon Bonaparte died. He was died, and when he died, so many people, many researchers keep on researching the reason how he died. There was a sudden death. Napoleon Bonaparte's death was very sudden death. and hence the many researchers were trying to search how the death was caused, is it? But it becomes very difficult, and after long time they came to know how the death was there. With the analysis of his nails and hairs, they found the lead compound in his body. They have taken the samples of nail, nakha, and hairs, and then when analyzed, they found the lead compound is present into that, and the lead is a slow poison. The lead is a slow poison. The person who was making a food for Napoleon Bonaparte was adding lead compound every day in his food up to some quantity. If someone kills him directly, it was not easy, is it? So that's why that person was keep on adding the lead component into his food on daily basis, and the lead is a slow poison in the sense up to certain limit it will not affect at all on your body, but once the certain limit crossed, you may get died or you may get paralyzed. That is the issue with the slow poisons. So the lead is also slow poison, and it was being fed by that person to Napoleon Bonaparte through his food. And after certain existence of the lead component into his body, he died away. Okay, that was the issue with his health. Okay, understood. So this is about the slow poison. So likewise, pesticides also acts as a slow poison if you are consuming for a amount. Longer amount in the sense, not the fruits you are buying, the vegetables you are buying and eating. Up to that person, after that period, the intensity of the pesticides or the fertilizers is being vanished. But the person who are spreading pesticides are coming into contact with that for a longer period, get damaged dangerously. Chronic effects may found. So that's why these kinds of materials can be identified as a hazardous waste. So you can say to what waste as a hazardous waste, which creates a rational or the irritations, toxicity, then flammability, corrosivity, toxicity, all these types of materials will be the hazardous waste. Okay. Now let us see with the presentation. Okay, we'll see the definition of hazardous waste. Simply, a hazardous waste is a waste with properties that make it dangerous or capable of having a harmful effect on human health or the environment. Okay, hazardous waste, those that may contain toxic substances generated from industrial, hospitals, some types of household waste. These waste could be corrosive, inflammable, explosive, or reactive, as we have discussed with the different stories. Radioactive waste was generated from use of radioactivity in many, but not all cases. Okay, so these are the different, this way, whenever these are the properties being identified into the waste, we can say it is a hazardous waste, or we can say define the hazardous waste. So may I request everybody to write down the definition about the hazardous waste in your notebook, please. Or have you done? If you are done, we'll go to the next point. These are the multiple containers which we can call the hazardous waste. So what are the characteristics of hazardous waste? Fundamental characteristics of hazardous waste are the ignitability, corrosivity, reactivity, and toxicity. Okay, so we are going to talk on each and every characteristic in detail. So before that, copy this in your notebook, please. Characteristics of hazardous waste. Okay, guys. We are running again out of time. Okay, I was talking about now the various characteristics of the hazardous waste. What is the first characteristic? Ignitability. When something exposed to the air, something exposed to the liquid, something exposed to the atmosphere starts igniting the methane gas or the LPG gas. If it is getting exposed to the air, it is getting ignited, is it? So the ignition starts. So because of that ignition, there will be possibility of having the uh, spawn, what we can say, mm, because of the ignition, flare, fire broken will be there, is it? So that when that characteristic to the material is there, then we can say it is a ignitable material. And if the ignitable material is there, then we can call this is a hazardous waste. Okay, so according to Environmental Pollution Association, the ignitable waste can create fires under certain conditions. Certain condition, very important word is this. Under this certain condition, it acts as a ignitability. Okay, so I had given to you an example last time that the phosphorus, when we are keeping it into the water, it will not be the harmful. But when we are taking it out from the bottle or that water, it will be ignitable. Or the gas, LPG gas, when we are keeping it into the closed container, no problem. But when it is coming out from the container, it starts firing, is it? So this is known as the ignitability property. Ignitable waste can create fires under certain conditions, are spontaneously combustible, or have a flash point less than 60 degrees Celsius. Its a flash point is less than 60 degrees Celsius or 140 degrees Fahrenheit. We can take the examples: waste oils and used solvents. A flash point is the lowest temperature at which a substance can evaporate enough to produce sufficient vapor to form a ignitable mixture with the air. Is it? Someone will say the wood is also ignitable. Will it be? No. When we are creating such an environment to burn or to have the fire, then and then only that it gets a fire. But spontaneously with up to certain below the 60 degrees Celsius temperature also, when it is getting fired, that material, then we can say it is a ignitable material. Okay, understand the difference between these two. Ignitable waste can be broken down into two categories: solids as well as liquids. As stated above, flash point is the most important thing to remember when it comes to ignitable liquids, is it? You have to consider other things with solids though. Non-liquid ignitable are capable under standard temperature and pressure causing fire through friction, absorption of moisture, or spontaneous chemical change. If ignited, these waste will burn so vigorously and persistently that they create a hazardous situation. Are you getting? When there is a LPG गॅसचा स्फोट झाला, अख्खं स्लॅब उडून जातं घराचं, माहिती आहे ना तुम्हाला? LPG गॅसचा स्फोट जर घरात झाला तर अख्खं स्लॅब सुद्धा घराचं उडून मेल्ट होऊन जातं. दॅट मच डेंजरस इट इज. Okay, so you should understand the nature of ignitable waste. And if such types of characteristics are present into the liquid, then we can say into liquid or into solid, then we can say it is a ignitable waste. It is a ignitable waste. Means I have given the example, when we want to burn something, we need to provide oxygen, we need to artificially we need to broke the fire and then it will get ignited. But certain elements are there in the form of liquid as well as in the form of solid. When it gets exposed, and though the temperature is not even 60 degrees Celsius, then also it is getting fire breaking. In that case, we can say it is an ignitable type of waste, maybe solid or maybe liquid. Understood the difference between the normal fire breaking and the ignitable fire waste. Okay, so please note down this slide and note down about the ignition. Then we'll proceed to the next point. Okay, please complete this slide. Then we'll proceed. The meeting will end up within 2 minutes. Before that, finish this. And then in the last session, we will take the attendance too. Please finish it up. Last 1 minute remained.